They were once packed with lights, laughter, and screaming roller coasters. Now, they sit in silence, rotting, haunted, and completely abandoned. Today we're counting down 8 abandoned amusement parks, and the real reasons they were left to die. Most are tragic, but the last one, it was never even allowed to open. And what's inside feels like a fairy tale turned nightmare. Number 8. Six Flags New Orleans, United States. This place was once full of life. Opened in the year 2000, Six Flags New Orleans had roller coasters, cartoon mascots, and screaming families lining up for rides. But in 2005, Hurricane Katrina hit the city.
Hurricane Katrina is now designated a Category 5 hurricane.
And the entire park was swallowed by floodwaters. The damage was so bad, they never even tried to fix it. Since then, the gates have stayed locked. The roller coasters are still standing, frozen in rust. Ticket booths are filled with mud. Torn banners flap in the wind. It's like time just stopped. Some of the rides, like the massive Mega Zeph, still tower over the ruins, completely silent. Urban explorers say it's like the storm hit yesterday. Everything was abandoned exactly as it was, and never touched again. Number 7. Nara Dreamland, Japan. This was Japan's answer to Disneyland. Opened in 1961, Nara Dreamland copied everything: the castle, the layout, even the rides. For decades, it was a huge success. But when the real Disneyland opened in Tokyo, everything changed. People stopped coming. The park fell apart slowly until it finally shut down in 2006. After that, it was completely abandoned. Nature took over. Weeds grew through the sidewalks. Mascot costumes were left behind in storage rooms. Rides rusted in place. For years, the park stood untouched, like a forgotten cartoon world. Urban explorers who snuck in described it as cheerful and creepy at the same time. It felt like walking through a childhood memory that was slowly dying. Number 6. Gulliver's Kingdom, Japan. This strange park was built in the mountains of Japan in the late 1990s, inspired by the classic story of Gulliver's travels. At the center stood a giant statue of Gulliver, lying on the ground with ropes tying him down, just like in the book. But from the start, something felt off. The park was built in a remote area with very little traffic, and the location made visitors uncomfortable. It was set near a forest known for its dark reputation, and right beside the remains of an old chemical facility. People said the atmosphere was eerie and depressing, not magical. Within a few years, the park was abandoned. Today, the giant statue is gone, but photos still exist, showing Gulliver's lifeless eyes staring at the sky, surrounded by silence and decay. Number 5. Spreepark, Germany. Spreepark was once East Berlin's pride, a colorful amusement park filled with spinning rides, roller coasters, and cotton candy. It opened in 1969 and stayed popular for decades. But after the Berlin Wall fell, the park couldn't keep up with modern attractions. Visitor numbers dropped and money ran out. Then things got weirder. The park's owner secretly tried to smuggle drugs inside the ride equipment while shipping it overseas. He was caught and arrested, and the park was left to rot. Today, giant clown heads sit broken in the grass. A rusted Ferris wheel still stands, slowly turning in the wind. The entire park looks like a movie set left behind. It's been closed for over 20 years, but everything still feels strangely alive. Number 4. Okpo Land, South Korea. Okpo Land was a small amusement park built on a hillside in South Korea during the 1990s. It had a few rides, cheerful music, and a strange obsession with ducks. Duck statues, duck signs, even a duck-themed roller coaster. But then, something went wrong. Reports say there were serious safety issues, and a tragic accident involving one of the rides led to the park's sudden closure. The owners vanished, and everything was left behind. The duck roller coaster car was still hanging off the track for years after. Nature took over the place quickly. Cracks formed in the pavement, trees grew through the buildings. People who visited after it closed said it felt like the park didn't want to be found. Quiet, empty, and forgotten. Number 3. Dogpatch USA, United States. Tucked into the Ozark Mountains of Arkansas, Dogpatch USA was based on an old comic strip about a sleepy mountain town. It opened in 1968 and was full of country-style charm. log rides, trout ponds, and live music. But over time, the theme lost its appeal. New generations didn't care about the characters, and the park couldn't afford to keep up. By the 1990s, it was falling apart. Attendance dropped, repairs were skipped, and eventually, the gates closed for good. Today, the buildings are collapsing, the signs are fading, and the once busy paths are now covered in weeds. Some parts were auctioned off, but most of it still sits there, quiet and strange, like a forgotten cartoon world no one remembers anymore. Number 2. Pripyat Amusement Park, Ukraine. This amusement park was never supposed to be abandoned. In fact, it was never even supposed to be opened. Pripyat was a city built for workers at the Chernobyl nuclear power plant, and the park was set to open on May 1st, 1986. But just days before the grand opening, the disaster at Chernobyl happened. The entire city was evacuated, and the park never welcomed a single guest. Today, it stands frozen in time. The yellow Ferris wheel, once a symbol of joy, is now one of the most haunting landmarks on Earth. Rust covers every ride. Weeds grow through the bumper car floor. It's completely silent, yet it feels like something is still watching. The park never got a first day, only a last one. Number 1. Fantasy World, Philippines. Fantasy World was supposed to be the Philippines' answer to Disneyland. Built in the early 2000s by a wealthy businessman, the plan was to create a massive medieval-themed amusement park with castles, towers, and storybook villages. But the project ran into trouble. The developer reportedly faced serious financial issues, and construction came to a stop. The park was never finished, and it never officially opened to the public. For years, the grounds sat abandoned, faded, quiet, and overgrown. Yet everything still looked like a dream frozen in place. A castle without a king, a kingdom without visitors. Today, the park is open as a photo spot, but the rides never ran. And to anyone who sees it, Fantasy World feels more like a forgotten fairy tale than a theme park. They were built to bring joy, monuments to fun, fantasy, and escape. But time, disaster, and silence had other plans. Now these parks stand as frozen echoes of what once was, proof that even the happiest places can be forgotten. If stories like these fascinate you, watch the next video on your screen. It's even stranger than this one.